Women say men are too shy to show up to singles events, but what if that's not the truth? What if men are showing you loud and clear that they simply don't want to be there? Hi, if you're new here, welcome. If you've been watching without subscribing, babe, we need to talk. Hit that subscribe button and let's get into it.
Wait, is this a singles event? Where are the single people? Oh, only girls, yikes! There's no single guys? Nope. Okay, wait. Him, not him, girls.
There is a problem with real-life dating events. Men are not showing up. Dating apps are on the decline, but a growing number of Gen Z and millennial singles are turning to and creating in real-life dating events. Tickets almost always sell, but there's one key problem. Men are too scared to turn up.
Why is there always a negative connotation on why men don't want to show up to these events? If men are the demographic that you really want to show up to these events, then why aren't you asking them in good faith what you could possibly do to make the event more favorable towards them? This should seem like the #1 rule of marketing, but when it comes to this, these videos are made and it's almost like people think they're going to be able to badger men into showing up without offering anything of value to them. And I genuinely do mean that because I'm a queer woman, okay? If I was a straight man, I would not go to these events. I wouldn't. I would not want to go to an event that I had to pay to get in while the gender that I'm trying to date gets in free. And then I go in and I'm basically paying to make all of the first moves, be the initiator of conversation. The burden of performance is more on me to be charismatic and confident and be impressive to my date, make them laugh. So you're telling me I gotta do all that and I have to pay to do all that? And then on top of that, like I said, I mentioned this in another video, but there might be a few really hot guys who monopolize all of the attention from women. And if you're a guy who's really charismatic and your charisma can shine through in person, then you probably already have a social circle and can meet women that way. If you want men to show up to these events, you have to make this a more positive environment for them. And until you actually listen to what they want, it's just not going to happen.
She just gave one of the worst takes I've ever seen as to why men are not going to dating events. And she wrote this in the New York Times.
Last week, I wrote a piece in the Times about why men are not showing up to dating events. So I wanted to understand why. And the general consensus that men told me was that it actually takes a lot of courage and vulnerability to put yourself out there and be judged and rejected. And I think women, because we have each other, we are more open to that because then it becomes part of the plot and the gossip and the silliness.
She did two things with that take. One, she made it seem like men are afraid to go to dating events because they're worried about getting rejected. And two, she made it seem like women are so brave for going to these dating events because they have support if they get rejected. Ma'am, those men are not going to dating events because they know they are not the type of men that women want. Because the type of men that the women want do not go to those dating events. Also, women are not getting rejected at these dating events. They go to these events and they're looking for the man to perform so that they can reject them or not. And I always have to add this. Let's not forget, these men have to pay to attend these dating events. And most of the time, the women don't. So logically speaking, why would a man spend money to go somewhere where he knows more often than not he's not wanted? Like, use your brain.
Last year, I saw so many Black women try to solve a problem in dating by starting to host events in person, trying to create third spaces to facilitate dating like offline. And you know what would happen every single time? The men were not signing up. They would be selling tickets to speed dating, and they would always end up with men's tickets on sale. Always, because they weren't buying any. Just the other day, a big account that I follow for Black creatives did like this cute Cupid thing where they were like, hey, send us a profile about yourself and we would love to post it and like play matchmaker. Sounds like a cute idea, right? Not one single man sent their profile in. And mind you, this is an account that has well over 100,000 followers. It's just time to stop. It's time to stop. They have made it very loud and clear that they do not want to try. They don't want to approach. No matter how you curate different activities to get them interested, they're not. And I'm not saying that men who seriously want to date don't exist, but I think on a large scale in major cities, the dating events, you know, all these creative ways that we're trying to get them interested, they're not there. I don't think that these men are tapped into social media. I really don't. I think that they are locked in on their hobbies and in communities that matter to them.
Where are all the single men in Singapore? I know I had a hard time dating there, but I figured it was just like a preference thing, like these guys didn't fancy me or whatever. But I just announced the launch of a singles supper club. It is going to be so fabulous. 4 courses, tequila from Patron, and matchmaking. All the women's tickets, except one, have completely sold out. The men, where are they? What are they doing? I feel like this is like an age-old issue where fabulous women know what they want and go after it, and the men are just... Where are they? Are they thinking about it? Is something 2.5 weeks from now like too far in advance to plan? Please, if you are a single man in Singapore or you have a single male friend in Singapore, please check out this event that I'm running because it is going to be so fabulous and we need you there.
So I went to a singles event and when I got there, it was literally 90% women. And I was like, I'm gonna go now.
Women keep saying men don't show up to singles events because they're too shy, too scared, or intimidated by women. But what if we're getting it completely wrong? Maybe men aren't afraid to show up. Maybe they're simply choosing not to. Because when a man genuinely wants to meet a woman, he can find a way. He can approach, date, and make his intentions known. So instead of asking why are men so scared, maybe we should be asking this uncomfortable question. Why are men no longer interested in showing up? Let me know if you know a few reasons why you think that men are not interested in showing up to singles events. I'll be in the comments. Thank you all so much for sticking with me to the end of this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you again in another one. Bye.